Hello everyone! Hello crafters! Hello Quiet Fire Design fans! Oh, I see someone popping in. Hello! Okay, while I'm waiting for others to join. Yeah, so this is part 2 of the Paper Bag mini album. Before I get into that, I just kind of wanted to show you something else that I had made, and I didn't know if I shared it with you guys or not. I'm really getting into junk journals, and I made this little journal of gratitude. You might not be able to see the stamp very well, but journal of gratitude. I stamped it on vellum. Yeah, so I made a little journal, and I used, this is Suzanne's rubber stamp, and yeah, I used some of her number stamps here too, and it's just a little journal to keep track of things that I'm grateful for. I mean, especially with everything that's going on right now, it's just great to remember all the things that we're thankful for. So yeah, so I made this to put in one of my junk journals, and I just wanted to kind of share that with you. Hi Donna! Hi from Louisiana, wow! Welcome! Okay, so I'll do a recap of what we did last week, and then we'll go ahead and start with part 2 of the mini album. So we're doing a paper bag mini. This is a love theme. It's a trifold. So we use some of Suzanne's lovely dies on the outside. And on the inside, we create a pocket here, and this is another one of her beautiful dies. Pocket here. And then there's a couple pockets here with some more of her dies. We made this pretty signature with the notes die on that. And then we created an insert here for another tag and kisses. So what we're going to do today is we're going to continue with the album. I'll show you how far we got last week. So we didn't do anything on the outside, well, except for distress it a little bit. And on the inside, you can see what we've completed there. So we still have to do the little inserts, and we're going to add a stamp here. And on this, in this pocket here, we're going to do a little area there with a stamp sentiment on it. And then we're going to create some more inserts here. There's going to be a cute little tag going into this box, or into this pocket. And then, yeah, and then like I said, we're going to do the outside. So let's go ahead and get started on the outside. So to fold this, what we're going to do is we're going to have it so this flap here folds in over the signature, then folds over like this. So we're going to tie it in this section. So that means we're going to have the ribbon go underneath the pattern paper here and the pattern paper here. So to make sure I do the right thing first, like I don't want to accidentally put the wrong paper down, I'm going to go ahead and do this part of the flap first. This way I don't make a mistake. Now the dimensions that I'm providing, it's for this paper bag, but there's so many different manufacturers and different sizes out there, you might need to change your size accordingly. So I'm going to start with this here, and all of these, all the pattern papers that we're putting here, they're all going to be 4 7/8. This guy right here is a little smaller, so he's 3 inches wide. And the two that are going here, they're 3 1/4, so they're just slightly bigger. Oh, I see someone else popped in. Hi, Suzanne. Okay, so I'm using more of the paper from the Prima paper collection called Love Story. So I decided to put the two heart doilies on this part, on those two flaps, and then this pretty patterned paper here, and then a little pocket. So this guy is, like I said, 3 by 4 7/8, and then I made the pocket here 4 7/8 long, and it's about 1 1/8, I think, inches wide. So I'm going to go ahead and distress the outside of it. I'm using Friar Brown by Spectrum Noir. A color close to this is the Vintage Photo from, what do you call it? Ranger. Sorry, I'm at a loss for words today. But before I get too far into this, I want to make sure that I put a little punch here, like we did on the inside. I used a little scallop punch. So I'm going to use the same scallop punch here too, just to be consistent. This is a 1-inch scallop punch. It's from Recollections. So I'm not going to measure this, so I'm just going to kind of go by the lines here. That's pretty close. And I'm just going to go ahead and distress this really quick. So did anyone try this last week? Did anyone start their mini? If so, if you did, we would love to see what you make. Don't be shy. Feel free to share it on the Suzanne Cannon fan page, on the group. I mean, fan group. If you haven't signed up yet, just look it up on Facebook. It says Suzanne Cannon fan group. There's some questions that you have to answer in order to get in. We just want to make sure you're not a robot, or you're not someone who's going to go in and just be a troll, because that'd be mean. Okay, so I'm using my handy dandy glue again. I don't want to use tape, just because I don't know how strong it's going to hold. And I'm not, it's a thin tip here, it's a small tip, so I'm not putting a lot on, but I'm putting enough down to make sure it stays. Like I mentioned earlier, I was working on another one of my junk journals, and I had taped one part of it instead of using my glue, and part of that little part that was taped is coming off, so I'd hate for you guys to have that happen to you. So I'm going to have it go this way because I like that side better than that side. So you're only going to do the 3 edges with the glue. And it's better to use glue here, just because if you use tape, then whatever you insert in there might stick to the tape, and you kind of don't want that. Oops. Hopefully I'm in frame here. Oh, I'm a little bit not in frame. Okay, so that's on. It's good. Put the tip back on. So again, we're going to put some edging around here, around these 2 pattern papers. These are 4 7/8 inches tall and 3 1/4 inches wide. I realized as soon as I was doing the layout for the front of this, when I was writing down the instructions today, I wanted to make sure to point out that if you don't have, you know, heart pattern paper, but you want to put something with hearts on your album or on a card or whatever. Suzanne has some beautiful stamps, clear stamps from Elizabeth Craft Designs. This one is called Soar Collection, and there's some really cute quotes on there, and little sentiments, little hearts, and then a row of hearts there. Like, this is super adorable. And I made a tag using that, so you can kind of see what pattern would be like. Isn't that sweet? So yeah, so instead of searching for heart paper, you can create your own with a little bit of pink dye ink, and yeah, create your cute little card front or your album front. Okay, so next we need to put the ribbon on, and again we want it to go around these two parts here. Now I'm using seam binding. If you want, you can dye your, if you have seam binding, you can dye it pink to kind of go along with it, or you know, that vintagey color. One thing that I found out this week, I just kind of wanted to share it with you guys. I finished another album. I used this ribbon from Michaels. It's from the bin close to the checkouts. I think they're like a couple bucks or whatever. You get a lot of ribbon on it. It's 10 yards. But the thing is, I don't know if you can hear it. I didn't realize it, of course, until after I had everything glued down my album. It's kind of plasticky, and kind of like that ribbon that you put on like Christmas presents, that you use your your scissors to make it spiral. So it's almost the same material, but it's smooth on the one side, and I didn't realize it until after I tied and retied the tied and untied my album a few times, that it's actually a plastic, or there's plastic in there, and it just frayed and came apart. So if you plan on opening your albums quite a bit, then I wouldn't recommend this ribbon. Okay, so let's go back to this. So I want this to tie on the side. This ribbon here, I didn't measure it. Oh, I should do that now. This ribbon is 12, and so it's about 26 inches long. And I'm just going to kind of go in half with it. I end up cutting off quite a bit, but I always rather would have enough extra on there than not enough. Yes, that's a pretty good size. Make sure they're both even. There we go. And so now we're going to put the heart paper on, which is lined up like that. Start at the back. Another cool thing that's going on at the Quiet Fire, or the Suzanne Cannon fan group right now, is there's a weekly tag theme, and you can participate in it. You just you can print out the digital file for the tag. That's free. Suzanne has it. She shared it on the site. And I think this week it's hearts, and yeah, so you just have fun and just create, and you can share the tags. Again, we love to see it. And there's also I think she has a box too designed to put all the tags in throughout the year, I think. So that's a fun little thing to do every week, and especially now when we have a little bit more crafty time than we had before the holidays. It's fun just to get in and have fun doing the little tag challenge every week. Okay, so that is super cute. So now we get to use some more of Suzanne's lovely dies. Okay, so this is just a gorgeous frame die that Suzanne has, and it's so versatile. I just think it's gorgeous, especially when used in conjunction with her word dies. It's beautiful. Wow, even cutting it in silver would be pretty. To keep it with the theme that I have here, I've been using all of her dies with craft cardstock. So I cut out the die in the craft cardstock, and at the same time, this love die, if you bought the ornament set, it's Love, Peace, Joy, I think the words are in it. When I ran my die through, the frame die through with cardstock, I put the love in also and just had everything cut at the same time. So this frame is going to be used on the front and the back side of the album. But what you don't want to do is have it so it stays at one piece, because then it gets really funny when you're folding it and unfolding it. It gets like a little bump in it, and it might wear and break and stuff, and you don't want that to happen. So what I did was I cut it just beyond where those swirls are there. Suzanne would know the correct name for it. And yeah, so to make sure I got it right, what I did was I put the die cut onto the front, and I used my marker, and I just marked it straight with a ruler, and then I cut it. And so I'm just gonna put some distress ink on this and then mount that. And then I'm also going to go ahead and distress my love at the same time. Flourishes. Oh my gosh, how could I forget that? How could I forget that that's a flourish? I'm sorry, Suzanne. Yeah, I feel like I'm at a loss for words this week. I don't know what it is. I feel like English is, my second language. When I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to say at work, and I did a Facebook Live earlier this week, and the same thing happened then. Yeah, I just feel like it's my second language, but I have no idea what my first language would be. I think this weekend I'm going to take a nap in the afternoon and just kind of recharge a little bit. Okay, so that's pretty. Oh, and you're also going to need 2 hearts too. So I die cut 2 hearts out of, these are stitched hearts. And what I'm doing is I'm putting the hearts like this, and then I'm putting the love die on top of it, just to kind of make it pop a little bit. So I'm pretty sure that Elizabeth Craft Design still has the heart stitched dies. If so, then maybe Suzanne can share the link. Oh, I'm so sorry, Suzanne. Suzanne's on the other side doing all the comments today. This is Kathy Jo. We're on opposite sides of the Canadian sorry, I was looking for my baby wipe. We're on the opposite sides of Canada. East Coast here, and she's on the West Coast. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and mount this on. I really like the flourishes, so I'm going to keep them on the front side. And I'm going to put this on the back side. Again, I'm using my fine tip glue. Suzanne, she shows every week how you can use the mini dots and adhere these on. Oh my gosh, she's so good with them. And so if you want to learn how to do that, you can watch her. She does this cool roll thing and puts them on. So you just push it to the edge and flatten it. May not put glue there. Okay, and then you do the same for this side. Yep, this die is just gorgeous. It's not only great as a frame, like I said, to put around sentiments or images, but what I did was I actually die cut it once, and then I adhered it onto some heavy cardstock, and then next the frame cut, and then yeah, I glued this on to the cardstock, and then I cut around the edge so it looked like a really fancy shaped card front. It was very pretty. Okay, so I'm just gonna go like this. I have love right there. That just pops so pretty. Trying to move as fast as I can today, because I know last week I went a little bit slower. I was really concentrating on my gluing, perhaps. Okay. Isn't that gorgeous? That looks so pretty on there. Okay, so now the outside is done. We have this flap here. And so now I like to do an insert for this pocket. And originally I had it so that I used some of the rubber stamps that were from Quiet Fire Design. I put the image on the one side, and then I stamped the Real Love Stories Never Have Endings. Like I said, Suzanne's rubber stamps, they're available at Emerald Creek. I thought I'd do something with this different with this one. Instead of using rubber stamps, I thought I'd use again some of her clear stamps, and you can't really see it, but I used this stamp only from Heart, Can You Touch the Sky? And then I used that line of happy hearts along the bottom. So I die cut, or I cut white paper to 4 3/4 by 3 1/4. I stamped both on using a dye ink. It was a light brown. And again, I will just go ahead and put some of the water reactive ink along the outside. Oops. And I really do like the little image of the two little kids and the birds, so I cut it out of the paper again and I'm putting it on the front of this pretty insert. And I'm not going to center it. I'm going to kind of have it high up on this paper, just because I want to make sure that if someone wants to add any kind of journaling, there's a little bit of space on the bottom. Okay, so that's the insert there. Just going to slide that in. And so next, I want to add another quote there on the inside signature. So on this one, again, I used a rubber stamp, "Words of Love are works of love," and that's great for a signature too. I pulled out another one of Suzanne's clear stamp sets. And this one is called Happy Birthday Collection, but it's got some really sweet quotes in it. And I think it's good for not only for a happy birthday, but for other celebrations or other projects as well. So I really love the inspirational quotes. "You were born with greatness. You were born with wings. Learn to use them and fly." Really like that. So I went ahead and stamped this again in brown dye ink. And I will just adhere that on the inside. I really like that quote. So nice, so positive. Okay, so we have our signature done. I have some lace here. If we wanted to put that on the bottom underneath the notes, I ran out of that lace. Oh yeah, I'm gonna wait just because I don't want it to stick to that. So next we have the insert for this. And what I did was I cut out a whole bunch of the squares from the love story. I really like that image. It's quite sassy. So I decided that one is going to be like a little secret in there. I need to trim that. You gotta have some sass in cyber projects sometime. And she has sass. She looks very happy. Oops. Oops. Should do the other side too. That's gonna go there. And then underneath kisses, I thought I would use just another piece here. And if you want, you can go ahead and cut some paper, some either white or ivory paper, whatever matches your album, and go ahead and just do some squares on there for some more journaling or something. Oh, I need to trim that too. Wow, I was obviously following the measure once, cut twice thoughts. Where did I cut that? Okay. Oh, and it look cute is some more hearts on there. Should I cut some more? It looked cute. And like I said, I made this little tag. think that's sweet. Just gonna go ahead and put that. The other side too. Oh, I so like that. That is really nice. And then last but not least, I got another one for that pocket. So on the original album, I put some of the lace along this edge. It might look good along there too, and some lace along there, but I don't want to fill up your time with you guys watching me adhere lace onto the paper. So I think I'll stand up to see if there's any comments. Oh, hi Charmaine. I really like what you shared on the fan group, Charmaine. It was quite nice. It makes me want to get that stamp set out again. Let's see if I can scroll back. Let's see. Looks like Suzanne's busy sharing a lot of links. Does anyone have any questions? Oh, hi Terry. Oh, I see Judy's beautiful yellow flower. Hi, Judy. Okay, well, if you don't have any questions, again, don't forget to stop by the Suzanne Cannon fan group and participate in the tag challenge every week. It's fun, and people are creating some really awesome tags. And yeah, and if you make one of these, don't be shy, share them. I'd love to see what you guys do. There's so many great things that you can do with Suzanne's product that I just love seeing what you guys do. It's so inspirational. Oh sure, I'll show you the outside again. So this is the outside, and then the back, and then on the inside with this, with the signature and pocket. Okay, well, thanks everyone for stopping by. Oh, the whole thing one more time? Okay, yep. So this will be tied. And again, the front, 2 heart dies, and then half of the frame die, the florist frame die, and then the other half of the florist frame die. And then on the inside, we have this little tag here, this sweet little pocket and the hanging heart. We have the insert with the Only from the Heart stamp set and the cute little hearts there. On the other side, we put another image. And again, you can leave that blank to put more journaling in, or to add a picture of you know, whatever you want. And then there's another tag insert here, flowers on the back, and I'm going to put some lace there. We have the signature with the notes, and I'm going to add some ribbon there. Oh, thanks, Charmaine. Yeah, again, that florist frame is so versatile. Then we add another stamp there. You were born with greatness. Signature. And then love that die, kisses. And then another insert there. And then this cute little tag with the hearts on it. And then some more of the die cut hearts, and then the florist heart. So that's this one. And then the only real difference between the one that we made and the sample was that I used some different stamps. I used the rubber stamps that they might be available still at Emerald Creek. The Real Love Stories Never Have Endings. And then I used the Words of Love Are Works of Love. And at the beginning, just in case you guys missed it, I want to, because I'm really getting into junk journaling now, and I didn't know if I'd shared this before, my little journal of gratitude. So I stamped it on vellum paper using black Versamark. And then I created a little signature, and I used some of Suzanne's number stamps. So this way I can make a nice little list of things I'm grateful for. So yeah, so Suzanne's products are, they're so great with for so many projects that you might have. And again, we'd love to see what you do. So feel free to share at the Suzanne Cannon fan group. And if you ever have any questions, feel free to just drop us a line, and try to answer it for you. So thank you very much for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed this, and have a happy crafty day. Bye.